Who do they think they are? Who are these elements, criminal elements that I would be running away from? And why should I be running? This is my home, and I've said it, but you're not getting away with it. There's a God factor in this, and you will understand when this is all said and done that there's a God who rules and reigns in the affairs of man. I make my boast in the Lord.
So I'm here resting, trying to actually sleep. However, I'm getting attacked from out there. And the attack is coming, the waves, the energy wave, whatever is coming from up. Today is, what is it now, December the 14th.
Hello, everyone. I was recording earlier on. I was on my couch and the audio was just off. So I don't think I would be heard. And I had my fans on and all. So I wanted to sit up to have this recorded properly. I was talking about the attacks I was getting from above. And I was trying to get some rest, get some sleep. But I think the intention of these perpetrators, these criminal perpetrators here, is to keep me sleep deprived. I was sitting on my couch and had my towel over my head to let you understand what this was for. I've made some videos in the past with recording what it's like being attacked by these criminal perpetrators. So after I had been to a protest, passed on my information, they took down their structure, I would say. They dismantled their structure and all that, but still had access. I did a follow-up video to say, hey, they still do have access to the apartment. And I continue to say, there's no way that these criminal elements will have access to the apartment above mine without the express consent of the management. It's just not possible. I've reached out to the management so they know about these things. It's something that they would investigate. Even if they say, oh, the other people moved out, why am I still getting attacked? So, and no one can tell me that is a lie, or ask me, prove it. And whoever is saying that cannot disprove what I'm saying. You will have to, first of all, show me your investigation and what you have looked into to be sure that I'm lying. To make it certain that, hey, I'm coming out here just for attention and I'm lying. You have to disprove it. If you want me to prove it, disprove what I'm saying. You understand? If you want me to prove, okay, you say you're going through this, you're getting attacked. Prove what you're saying. You disprove what I'm saying. I've said this severally in my videos. I've reached out to the authorities, the FBI, the police, even the management who is in charge of this place, who would have the authority to do something about this heinous acts and attacks, life-threatening attacks, I would say, being carried out on me. Nothing has happened from that. And the next logical question that most people would have is to ask, why don't you move? I was explaining in my other video, the audio wasn't clear. I'm not moving. I'm not going to move. And I think these individuals have been able to carry on as they've been carrying on because they're used to people running. They're used to people just, throwing in the towel like, oh my God, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to get hurt. I'm already getting hurt. So what am I running away from? Who do they think they are? Who are these elements, criminal elements that I would be running away from? And why should I be running? This is my home. And I've said it severally. I said, if they want me to move, if they want me to move. It's not by what they're doing. As long as they continue in these acts, I dig my feet in the sand and I stand solidly. I draw a line and say, this is where I would be. I'm not moving. They used to people getting scared and running away and all that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to move. I'm not going to run. I lived here longer than these individuals who came in, and everything just went haywire. I've said it in my other videos. They began with surveillance. They were monitoring up and down. They came up, mounted the camera immediately, hacked into all the devices in my home. And I'm going to divulge this. I don't upload in my home at all. Sometimes I'm out of my home 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. trying to upload a video. Out in the public, yes. Because they hack into my device. They do all manner of crazy stuff. They censor what I watch, what I see. It's bigger. I can go and just, digress and go all over the place. But best believe, if you think this is a joke, I'm concerned for you. And I'm out here telling this, putting the information out there so that people will understand, hey, this is going on. Started with microwave attacks. You see behind here, you see the silver stuff? Layers and layers of oil. Not just in this bedroom, in this room, in another room, adjacent room. As if that wasn't enough, cars bugged. That wasn't enough. They began with sonic attacks, which has continued to this day. Watch my other videos if you haven't seen those. That wasn't bad enough. They began with the gang stalking. The gang stalking has already been. They continued with that. That wasn't bad enough. Put individuals right above me who have continued with all manner of attacks and atrocities against me and my family. All of these from all around has been an attack, not just on me, on my family as well. If people are used to homes that are built in California, at least in Southern California, it's built with planks, with wood. So the walls are thin. They just have it, covered up with whatever burden they use in covering it up. It's plank. It's wood. So you would understand why waves is easier for waves to get through the walls and all. Whatever it is they send in, the waves, the stimuli, they send it in through the walls, and it's easy for that to happen. This is wood, this is plank on the walls. So this morning, and it's not just this morning, this is an everyday thing since 2022. Everyday attack. The only time that I would say there was no attack is when I traveled out of the country, out of the United States of America. When I came back, it was even full force. When I'm at home, if I'm at home 24/7, you must understand I'm getting attacked 24/7 for reasons best known to these individuals. So I was trying to get some rest, laying on my couch. I don't sleep on the bed. I don't have, sleep laid down. The attack is worse. I'm talking about worse, life-threatening worse, to where they want to off themselves when I lay in the bed. So I just recline on my couch. I recline on my couch and I'm just there. So I was trying to get that done. Every day, this is what I do. Today, I'm like, let me put this on record. The attacks coming from above, the stimuli, directed energy weapon, or whatever else. If somebody says, how do you know it's directed energy weapon? How do you know? My question to that person would be, how do you know it's not directed energy weapon? If you know what it is, please correct me. And I will stand corrected, because this is new to me. People have been dealing with things like this much longer than I have been dealing with it. Mine has just been since 2022. Others have been quite longer, much longer. There was somebody who was saying they've been going through this in one of my the responses to my post. They've been going through this for 40 something years. I'll look for the post and put it up. The response of this individual. This is not something that one can make up. I have been here for well over a decade before this individuals moved in. And I never had any reason to make such recording. You know, all these recordings that I'm putting out and posting, I had no reason to do that. And I've always said, I am a private person. I would rather be left alone. I don't have the need for attention. It's not my thing. So back to what I was narrating. I was laying in the couch trying to get some rest because they attack my head every day. As long as I'm sitting, they attack it. And I hear sounds as though one fuse is getting blown, like psst, type of a thing. So they attack the head, irritate my skin, attacks from head to toe, literally. My face is attacked, irritations, they injure the bones, they injure the muscles, the flesh on top, irritated. They burn my skin. So I was showing 2 fans that were on.
Sleep with this. This is the fan. You know, I put it on top of a table so I can actually, if you hear it, I don't know if you can hear. Hopefully you can hear me. Is the fan, the sound of the fan that's just on full blast. And then I have a smaller one here. You know, it's a fan too.
I had to have them turned off now, just so I can speak. And I had to put on my microphone so you can hear me talk. So I was showing the fans that I was making use of on full blast. Because it's sending stimuli, however they do it, to burn my skin. People who've been through this can tell you, hey, this happens. And so they go from that to the neck, injure the neck, to where one is either being forced to have, what's it called now, mucus or coughing or what have you. They injure internally, externally, you name it. For one to be able to do that, they have a dangerous device on their hands, and it should not be in the hands of civilians. So how were they able to acquire such a device? That's the question. So you would understand why people think the government is involved. And when one turns to the government, the FBI, as a matter of fact, is a government agency, right? They're a governmental agency. The police, as far as I'm concerned, they are. So when one goes to those people and they refuse to do anything about it, you would understand why they say the FBI is involved or the police are involved. I'm sure people have had their own experiences with these agencies that others will be asking for proof. How do you get proof against those who are supposed to help you collect proof, and maybe they're part of the issue? So they go from that. If they see I had this covering my head, if you see the video, I had this covering my head, you know, to cover my face and all of that. And you've seen videos in the past where I put devices, cell phone devices, to cover my head, the parameters of my head. And there are other videos that I'm going to upload at some point showing the different devices that I have utilized just to protect myself. Showing, hey, this is how I sleep. So I had this covering my face. So when they see that, and I had the fans on. So when these individuals see that I have taken care of one part of the abuse, they go on to another part. Now, I say they, because it's a 24/7 attack. Other than the individuals that they utilize on the outside, nobody on the inside here at my place of residence can be up 24/7. So these individuals take shifts and carrying out these heinous attacks, this evil, atrocity, diabolic acts against me, against my family. Everybody in my home, we have it differently. It's different. That's how I always say, for every targeted individual, there may be a principal targeted individual, but others are suffering from the attacks being launched at this principal target. Or let me just say the primary target. There's a primary target, people who are just the primary object of attacks, and then the secondary targets, they're suffering from it because, hey, when your family members, majority of the time, are going through stuff, you go through it too. When the sonic attack is on, the sonic attack is not just meant for my ears only. It's for everybody in my home. So this morning, they're attacking my head, attacking that. When they see that I take care of one body part, they proceed to another. So what they do, they stimulate my nipples and then injure my breast however they choose to. This morning they chose, okay, we're going to stimulate. And then my rib cage, you're trying to expand and break. It feels like the rib cage. Yes, there's a weapon that is powerful enough to do that in the United States of America. And they're going to at the abdomen, the stomach. I'm not just talking about hurting the skin, just the parts that you see. We're talking about internal organs. And then go on to the private parts, vaginal area, trying to expand the bones of the vaginal area. They're trying to literally expand the bones. We're not talking now, I'm not just talking about now when they penetrate and then they expand the walls. And I was showing in the video how I had my legs crossed. I had to, cross my leg. And I was using various devices to cover myself up. I'm going to show you some. I was using these. So these were on, I have so many devices. Just homemade devices that I'm utilizing. But these are covered cell phones. So I used these, up here for my abdomen. I don't think you can see that low, but I'm just telling you. And then I had these in between, my legs in the front part. I had this in the back part. And I had these. These are a bunch. Let me try to bring those up. So these are a bunch of devices. I don't know if you can see those. Hopefully you're able to see that. But these are a bunch of devices that I just spread across. I had to, have them spread across me. And then anything to absorb or cut down on the stimuli being sent. I have these. These are supposed to be like for heat and cold things. I have these that I was utilizing. So I just layer and put them. I put them up in layers. This is not a joke. And then they begin to attack my hip bones. I want to talk about attacks. I mean serious attacks to the bones. As if they're going to break or rip the bones apart. Irritate my skin on my thigh. And then when they see I have these devices covering, they attack my knees. They attack flesh, the upper parts of what you can see. They attack the internal. They're talking about organs. They're attacking muscles. They're attacking the bones. I am not making this up. You can't make this up. This is for real. This is going on. It's not a figment of my imagination. This is my reality. on a daily basis. Many targeted individuals have their own experience. That's why I've called out to targeted individuals. I can only tell my own experiences, my own side of what's going on with me, my own side of the story. I can't tell their own side of the story. I don't know their experiences. No other targeted individual can tell my story as precisely as I can tell, as accurately, I would say, as I can tell. Nor can I tell their own story as accurately as they can tell, because they're the ones going through it. So these individuals, they're just here to cause pain. So they injure body parts. I was talking about the parts that were going, my knees, and then they go to the legs, ankles, the toes, you name it. They're able to attack the back part. Even when I'm reclined, when I'm sitting up, they're able to attack the back part. They're able to go underneath, send the pulse, the waves underneath to attack my bottom part. So you saw I had that device covering my bottom part. It's the cell phone. I had it covering my bottom part. And so it's just something that they do, and it's not okay. I decided I was going to come out here and just put this video out here, so make people understand this is still going on, and it's going on in the United States of America, and there's no help in sight. An individual had commented on a post that I was reading some days back, and of course a targeted individual said it would be better off for them not to be amongst us in this life. I don't want to say the word D. And this individual was saying that at least they will be at peace. They will be able to rest. That's heartbreaking. Really, really disturbing. And I will say to that individual, I understand how difficult this can be. I understand it. However, stay strong. At this point, I'm beginning to sound like a broken record. I don't mind sounding like that. Stay strong, be strong. Without a shadow of doubt, I believe that these too shall pass. And I said that because there's a God factor involved in this. And what do I mean by God factor? I believe in God. As far as I'm concerned, the one and only true God, the creator of the universe. He is God. And I approach him by the name of Jesus. I approach him through Jesus Christ. There's a God factor in this. These criminal elements go in the lives of people and they try to play God. But they will understand that there's a God who rules and reigns in the affairs of men. And that's the God I believe in. The God who sits on high, the one who says the earth is his footstool. He sees everything. Is omnipotent, yes, all powerful, is omniscient, is all knowing, and is omnipresent. He's everywhere. He sees everything. This, whatever occurrences that's going on, doesn't escape his notice. And I understand that these too shall pass. And some people may say, oh, you believe in this God, how come he hasn't saved you? Ask God about it. He knows it. He knows why. Whether or not I get out of this today or tomorrow, whenever, I will keep serving him. I will keep worshiping him. I will keep praising him. I will keep believing and being in faith. Someone would say, it's better for me to off myself, or it's better for me not to be here, because they've lost hope. And I can see how one can feel hopeless. Those who've been through some traumatic situations where they looked up and around, there was no help, they may be able to, to understand what I'm saying. If you've been through this or you're going through it, you can understand how someone can feel very hopeless. But trust me, there is hope. You have to be in faith. If you're someone who does not know God, or you do not have any other beliefs, outside of yourself, I will strongly recommend that you do. It's easier. And I'm going to tell people, hey, this is what has worked for me. If I've been able to maintain any measure of sanity, it's because of God. People are coming out here telling their stories, and the powers that be will want you to believe that we are all insane. Trust me, this is as real as it gets. If you're one of those who are just turning a blind eye, you just don't care, or you think this is a lie or a figment of our imagination, we need some psychiatric help and this and that, I am concerned for you. This is not a joke. I'm not coming out here to look for attention. I don't need attention. I would prefer to be private, but this part of my life is not one that I want to keep private. And my reach, I'm here to reach that one, the one. If 2 people watch my videos, it's a big deal to me, because that's one person that has heard something that's transpiring, and they can do whatever they wish to do with it. Today is December the 14th, 2025, in the United States of America, and this is still transpiring. There's no help in sight. Targeted individuals, please stay strong. My thing I would recommend, and I would strongly, just suggest to you to begin to put your videos out there. Some may say, oh, they're very shy. Trust me, I'm one of those. I am private. I am. When you talk about being private, I'm one who loves my privacy. I really do. But it's not helpful. It's not helpful for others to understand, hey, there's a problem here in the United States. There's a problem. And I keep saying the United States because I live here. But there are those in Europe who are reporting being subjects of attacks and torture. They're being targeted. There are those in other parts of North America that are being targeted, that have been tortured. So it's not isolated to the United States of America. It's spread out. My experiences have been in the United States of America. When I traveled out, I didn't have such issues. I did not. And there was a period I was out of the United States for months. I didn't have any issue like this. And I came back, the attack was worsened. So you tell me what you want me to believe. So it's a problem. Those who are saying, oh, we need help, we need psychiatric this and that, we're insane. I think the best thing you can be doing for us is reaching out to the authorities, reach out to the FBI. If you have connection to the CIA, please, by all means, call them. Yes, they are involved in an international matter, but the FBI, they're saying they're unable to deal with such issues. We need all hands on deck. Call the CIA, call the FBI, call your sheriff, your local sheriff department, and let them understand that, hey, I'm watching videos and people are giving this information online. What do you know about this? And what is being done about it? Because if you go back and see to watch some of my videos, I went to the FBI field office here in the United States, the Los Angeles field office in California. And they said some individuals have been there to report similar matters as I'm reporting. But they do not have the squad to handle such issues. People being tortured, people being injured, attacked with directed energy weapons, people being gang-stalked, people being, all manner of atrocities are going on with people where criminal elements are coming out, carrying out and doing whatever it is that they want to do. The authorities are not saying anything about it, and they're not trying to be of help. The day I went there, I saw another individual who was talking about the same thing, being attacked. He didn't talk about directed energy weapons being utilized on him. He was more focused on being gangstalked. I don't know this person. I went there on my own. I just met the person there. And the person went on to tell me about a website. It's called Targeted Justice. Oh, check them out. Maybe, it can help. It's a problem. I'm talking about the same day I was there. At the Los Angeles field office, the FBI field office in Los Angeles. If I'm the daughter of the President of the United States, you think something would have been done about this? I remember going through a department. I'll make a video of that. But this department, and they were talking about everybody who has reported such occurrences as I'm reporting, they have all eventually been diagnosed with one mental health disorder or the other. And I say, wow, that's interesting. That's very interesting to me. It's curious though, because I'm saying, where are they getting their evaluations done? Is it in the United States or where? Because I know I'm not insane. Where are they getting their evaluations done? From the experiences I've had, I know that the tentacles of these rogue agents is broad. They're organized, and they've been able to come up with a system of torture that when you tell people about it, you come online, you go to the streets, you tell the next person who isn't going through it, you tell them about it, they'll think you're insane. So they've been able to come up with something like that. These unscrupulous elements, criminal elements. This is reality. We're not trying to, at least I'll speak for myself. I'm not trying to make this up. A few days ago, I was going through some social media posts. I was going through, and like you see different stories. And I came across one that was talking about individuals who are coming in to the targeted individual space to say they're being targeted, but they're fake targeted individuals. And I'm thinking, for real? How does one come up and begin to claim something like this to be a fake targeted individual? They've watched enough videos, or maybe they're directly involved, so they know what's involved in it. So they say they infiltrate their communities and begin to pose as a targeted individual and begin to do things that make people question, if the real ones are telling the truth. It's something that I saw online. I haven't experienced it. I don't know about that, but it's shocking to me. I am truly concerned. Putting the information out there to be of help to others. Hopefully this is able to help one more person. Whether they watch from the beginning, they only watch 10 minutes, or the whole video, I'm appreciative of it. At least somebody has been able to get some information that maybe they otherwise would not have. Until this year, I didn't know there was any such thing as targeted individuals. I'm just going to put it out there and be frank with it. This is all new to me. I don't know about this. As I'm going, I'm learning. And I'm like, okay, oh wow, that was what I experienced. Oh, this is what's been going on. Oh, this is the name for it. So I would tell all targeted individuals, please stay strong, stay in the game, stay in the fight, tell your stories, put it out there. We're not here to convince people if this is true or not. I'm telling you, this is my experience. This is how it feels. This is what I'm going through. It is true. As true as it gets. There are many people who have been online telling the same story. We can't all be crazy. And those who have been out there carrying out the narrative that they're mad, they're this, they're that, or trying to be a distraction, either they're just truly ignorant of it. I'm concerned, and they should be too. or they are part of the tools that are being utilized, the I guess the foot soldiers being utilized. So they're trying to be, causing this, just the distractions. They're trying to be a distraction, or they're the very ones who are coming up with this satanically engineered, yes, I said satanically engineered, diabolic, wicked structure, and this torturous acts that's been carried out on people. They're part of it. So they fall in one of those categories. Because you can't be out here and be telling me, I don't have the need to seek for attention. I don't need the attention of man. I prefer to be private, out of the public eye. I don't need the applause of people. I don't need the likes. If you like, I appreciate you, and I appreciate it. I'm here just to put out the information to say this is what's going on. Hey, be on the lookout. I'm not here to spread fear either. It's just saying, okay, this is what's going on. If you notice this, that, or the other, this could be what's going on. We should all come together and seek for help. We need to seek for resources and a resolution to this growing problem. This is reality. So please, let us all try to do what we can to be of help. Attacking people online and saying they're lying. Someone has said, oh, more than likely they heard my accent, and they said, oh, these foreigners, go back to your, like, I'm going to put up this post, the people, I'll blot out the name, but I'll put, so that people do not think I'm here making up stories. Yes, another person was saying propaganda, like, what is it? Foreigners propaganda, something like that. It is a growing problem. There are those who said they've been attacked, they've been under attack for, somebody was saying 40 plus years. 40 plus years. And mine has just been since 2022. And I've already had enough. So can you imagine 40 plus years to be targeted, to be tortured? We need this resolved. So I say to all targeted individuals, the true targeted individuals, please stay in the fight, stay in the race. We need your voice. I can't tell your story. You can't tell my story. And it's not something that I'm forcing that somebody, oh, you have to be out there to tell your story. If you don't feel like it, that's fine. But your voice will be appreciated so that people understand that this is true. You're not here for the clouds. You're not here for the applause. You're not here for the likes. People can be as judgmental as they want to be. It's easier to be, on the side of the camera, or to be outside of these evil acts, and then to be judgmental. It's easier to do that. I hope you will not be one of them, but if you are, reconsider and begin to try to find out ways that you can be of help. And I'm going to address another aspect of this. Someone has been lovely enough to respond to my post, to my video, post and all, and was requesting that we have a private discussion, I guess outside of YouTube or outside of the social media space. And I explained, if you read some of the responses that I had, I explained that I've chosen not to do that. I have decided not to go private with the issues, anything that's related to this issue of the targeting, directed energy weapon, gang stalking, any of that. Because I really don't know who is who online. We know social media space, anybody can be whoever they want to be. Okay, you see the faces of those who choose to put their faces on camera, like me, in videos and all. You see my face, and um, you may have a level of trust. Okay, if something happens, okay, I can see this person, but I really don't know who you are on the other side of this camera. I really don't know. And given the reach of these individuals who have decided to carry out these evil attacks against people, there's no telling what they can do. I don't want anything about me, I would say, to be in question, to where somebody's like, okay, we had a private, I'm not saying this person is going to do that, this person who's been reaching out to say, let's have a private conversation or discussion, I'm not saying they will do that, but I do not want any case where someone is going to come out and say, she said this, that, or the other privately, and then I'm going to be trying to prove. How do you prove that, really? With the way these people have been able to, they're broad in their reach, and they can concoct and come up with whatever they want to come up with, and you're there like at a loss. How do you disprove it? And how do you prove that you did not say or you said? Anybody can say anything. So when people start asking, okay, let's go private and discuss this privately, I don't want to do that. I choose to keep everything related to this in the public space. If somebody asks me a question that is too private for me, I can just politely say, no, it's not related to this, or I'm not going to answer it. And don't be offended by it. If it's unrelated to what I'm discussing, that has to do with this targeting and all, I will not answer. I would not respond to it. Or I'm not going to give you the answer that you want. So anything that has to do with this is, I choose to keep it in the public space. And if anybody feels any kind of way about it, like offended by it, I apologize for that. But hey, I do not apologize for my decision. And to the decision to keep it, all my discussions and conversations public. It's going to be kept public in my space and on any platform that I'm on. Anybody who chooses to have a discussion, it's going to be public. A number of people may be able to attest to say, okay, hey, I wanted this person to call me or to for us to have a conversation. And they did not. It's not because I'm trying to be snobbish. No. If you're a true targeted individual, you know that you have to be cautious. And this is just one of the precautionary measures that I've decided to take. I'm going to keep this public. I don't want any questioning as to what I said or what I did not say. So please, let's come together. First of all, those who are not being targeted, I'm happy for you. Help us. Who are being targeted? Call your authorities. Reach out to your politicians. Ask them to take a closer look to this. It's a problem. Those who are being targeted, please stay strong. Stay in the fight. You're needed. You must understand that you're not the only one going through this. You're not alone. We need your voice. Let's hear your voice. We need you in this fight. And this too will get better. This too shall pass by the power of God. I believe in God, and I choose to believe in God. And there's some things I'm going to be doing in that space without apologies. If you do not agree with me, I respect that. Let's agree to disagree on religion and all. But the issue, you may disagree with me that this is a reality, that this is even happening, that the torturing, the targeting and all is happening. If you go online, you'll see that. Just Google it. They'll tell you that these are people who have delusional thoughts and all of that. I'm not delusional. I know what I'm feeling. I know the sensation I was having this morning. Why I decided I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to put it out there and let people know December the 14th, 2025, this is still a thing. This is still going on. I'm still being targeted. I'm still being tortured. Every day, whether I'm at home or outside of my home, I am being tortured. So, those who do not know, please come in to be of help. Those who are being targeted, we need you in this fight. Stay strong. Come in. You're not alone. We're all together in this. And those who are behind all of this evil, these criminal elements, these people carrying out this atrocious act, you better repent. You better repent, because your time is up. You don't have to believe me. I'm not here trying to convince anybody to convince you to believe me. I'm talking about the perpetrators of this act. You know exactly what's going on. Yes, you've been able to come up with something that is so amazing that people question and begin to question the sanity of those who are going through it. Yes, I applaud you. But you're not getting away with it. There's a God factor in this, and you will understand when this is all said and done that there's a God who rules and reigns in the affairs of man. I make my boast in the Lord. I make my boast in the Lord. Yeah, people say these people who carry out this thing, they're narcissistic, they're this and that. I don't know what you are. I know this is evil. It is evil. Those who are that are being used to carry out these acts, like the foot soldiers. I don't know if you voluntarily got into this, or they have something on you. That's why you're doing this. You need to stop. And I can see how you would be feeling stuck. Like, who do I go to for help? You can come towards the public. There are those who will believe you. They'll believe your story. Come out to the public and say, hey, this is how I got into this. Hey, this is what they have on me. The power is in the hands of the people. Sometimes we think it's just in the hands of a few. Those in government, the politicians, or those in authority, or the authorities who are supposed to be able to help with these acts. There's power in the hands of the people. If the judicial system will not take our case, there's that court of public opinion. And I'll finish up with this. These too shall pass. These too shall pass. There's nothing with a beginning that doesn't have an end. December the 14th, 2025. This is still a thing, and it's still going on. But these too shall pass. As you can see, I'm in my PJs and talking about this. I'm going to put this out there just as I am, just like this. No makeup on, nothing like that. I'm not trying to impress anyone. I'm truly not trying to impress anyone. I just want you to hear this. Hear my heart, hear this information. And this is for real. And I'm doing this for us to be able to come up with a resolution to this issue. Nobody should be going through this. Thank you for listening. If you watched to this point, thank you. And help us. Help us. And I'm not just talking about just the targeted individuals now. Help us as a society. It's me today. Who will it be tomorrow? Think about it. So if there are things that you know that we can do, drop it in the comment section, please. Let's have a discussion. Let's discuss. Let's figure this out. With your concerns, your fears, or your questioning, come with it. Drop it in the comment section. Let me understand. Let me know what you're thinking. Be safe out there. This too shall pass.